lasers, bright lights, and big bots. Central Boiler turns wood burning into high-tech business. Watch team members build Central Boiler wood-burning furnaces. People are passionate about outdoor equipment. Get this, Americans spend more than $20 billion a year on gear. But no one ever really sees how their stuff gets made.
Well, that's where we come in. Each week, we throw open the factory doors and give you a behind-the-scenes look at how your favorite gear is made.
Made for the outdoors.
I love splitting wood. I've been doing it a long time. My dad and I used to do a lot of splitting wood growing up. We burned in a wood stove. It's kind of like sitting around a campfire. There's just something a little bit magical about it. I suppose that's why central boilers are so popular these days. These boilers, you fill them with wood, they heat water, you pump the water off to the house. Central boilers. Quite the story when you see how these things get made for the outdoors.
We're in Greenbush, Minnesota, home of Central Boiler. We're a leading manufacturer of outdoor wood furnaces. Where we stand today, it's a 300,000 square foot state-of-the-art manufacturing facility.
Where 230 workers build wood-fired boilers. The idea of this guy, Dennis BRAZIER.
It's a great company and a great story, but really what's behind it are great people.
To build thousands of boilers every year.
It's a firebox encased in water, in a water jacket, and the wood simply heats the water. And then you circulate the water to the building or the items that you want heated.
Every morning, 8 a.m. sharp, the truck arrives with the raw stock steel. What's incredible, this stuff comes in, by the end of the day, sometimes it's going right back out. Most mornings, these guys also come in. These are called fireboxes. Think of them as the guts of a central boiler.
The heavy sheets first go into loaders. Those racks automatically distribute material to the cutters.
We have 7 cells here at Central Boiler, 7 separate lasers that can cut. They're fully automated.
They cut more than 9,000 parts for different furnace models.
This one just came out.
This one just rolled out. It's a nest of many different parts for our stoves. We have about 9,500 different parts.
Remember that steel that came in on the truck this morning? So now that part is cut. It's exact.
And ready for the next step. That means droids.
And today you're the trainer of the robot.
Yep, that's me.
DeMars also oversees the bending bots. Central Boiler put robots to work to keep employees from having to lift and move the heaviest parts.
Every robot's got a nickname. It is?
Mercedes-Benz.
It's the Cadillac of robots. Mercedes-Benz.
All day long, Mercedes bends steel in a giant press brake. Employees also hand bend certain components.
You ready to try one?
Yeah, I mean, he makes it look kind of easy.
With your hands clear, you can feather that pedal and bring it down slow. Now you see this pedal down here, it says closing?
Yep.
There you go. That's how that works. So now we're gonna measure that part and it's calling out for a 90. And by golly, you did perfect.
Up next, bright lights and fast hands. Jordan HANSON welds.
A good mix of gas and a good mix of wire and you get a good weld.
Absolutely. And a little technique.
Yeah, right.
All right, so I'm gonna go on the back side and weld the legs back there. Would you care to watch?
Sure.
To watch Jordan work is to understand. He's good, thanks to 20 years of experience.
You wanna give welding a try?
If you think I can pull it off.
First, put your jacket on and leather gloves.
You do understand I don't know anything about doing
Yep,
this.
okay, here's the deal. All you gotta do is you grab your gun, here's your trigger, just work it just a little bit and hold that trigger until you run a weld about that long. right into the corner. You got her. Never touching a welder? You did good.
That's a wicked piece of machinery.
It is.
And it's pretty darn fun.
Why don't you just go to break? I'm gonna weld for a while.
Straight ahead, Central Boiler's build process really gets hopping.
Oh yeah.
Up in northern Minnesota, a dedicated team of 230 people builds Central Boiler furnaces. With the parts now cut, bent, and welded, it's time to add color. Painters hang parts on a perpetual track. The line runs several hundred feet through a 5-step process. It all takes about 2 hours. First, wash each part, remove oil, etch the metal, paint, then dry.
To the beat. Keep up, guys. That's polyester paint that goes on to each one of the parts. After, it's kind of like cooking a pizza. Think 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. When they come out of the oven, they're all cured and all ready to go.
Which leads me across the plant to a strange old phone booth. Why am I eerily attracted to go in?
What just happened? Hey, I've been looking for you guys.
John Ombler shares a suit, just like mine. He insulates each boiler, decked out in plenty of safety gear.
I didn't understand a word you just said. Oh, the southpaw.
All gibberish aside, sprayers cover the boiler in a permanent urethane foam. It creeps and expands into every corner and every crevice. To do this job, you need to be quick and accurate. The foam sets up in just seconds.
But you can see, look at the foam was from the end of the outside of Central Boiler. We've seen worse.
Down the way,
Okay, here we're building a FIREBOX harness.
Barney Taralla wires harnesses.
This will control the fan and solenoids and airflow in the stove itself.
The harness made up of a plug and a bunch of wires.
Tie her together to keep things nice and neat. Then we'll take this harness over to our tester here to make sure we got all the wires in the appropriate spots on the plugs. Test is complete. Harness works.
Next, electronics.
Right now, Ashley and Garrett are assembling our FireStar control boards, which are the brains.
It takes about 10 minutes to build a board. Think circuits and solder.
Power it up, make sure everything's working properly.
Then, more high-tech stuff.
So this is called a FireStar XP.
The wireless box allows owners to monitor the boiler when they're out and about. With all the parts complete, it's time to wrap up the work.
It's here on the final assembly line that the boilers finally come to life, and Mike Wojciechowski is the guy in charge of making sure these things get done.
First, Mike scans each unit into the plant's master system.
Then they're going to start the wiring process. They're going to install the intakes and the fans.
And the side panel. Each stove moves down through assembly on a track system. The floor actually drops and the stoves sneak along to the next station.
Where they're going to install the skid base trim, then the tin and the corners.
And front panels. Up next, workers install the door hardware and move the boiler door into place. Then they wire the edge and add a chimney. At Station 6, the team installs rafters and the clean-out door. Then they finish the inside of the firebox and build the roof. More finishing hardware, and the boiler is finally complete. Only now does it earn its name.
Once they pass the final quality control test, the QC approval sticker goes on them and they can be shipped out to our dealers.
Many of them loaded up, back out the door just as quickly as the raw materials came in. Headed to homes and businesses where wood-fired heat is still a way of life.
buy it, you can heat your home. It's good for your family, it's good physically for your body to be outside and to be gathering wood. And at the end of the day, it's a plus for everything.
Do it. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, because right after it's going, it's going up. Come on.
I don't know what you're saying.